Crumpets commentating here, y'all, aka Jimmy J, aka J Legend, aka the best in the business. I'm here talking about Eagles preseason game against the Ravens, and it was a sloppy game. But you had some key moments like you had you seen the first glimpse of Umar Bernard, like the late draft pick. He was like a 6th round draft pick, international player from Africa. He was nice. He got some pressure. I was still kind of pressure. He got some pressure. I think they just didn't put him in there long enough. And then you had Peyton, the quarterback, Cole Peyton. He played all right. He the only one that had a little juice. Cause Andy Dalton and McKee, they played like like garbage. Yeah, they played like garbage. But Eagles, but it's the first game of the preseason, so you know it's going to be sloppy. You got nothing but second and third string players out there, sometimes even fourth string players. So you know it's going to be a really sloppy game. So, but yeah, both sides of the ball they was sloppy, had a lot of penalties. Yeah, I forgot that one guy that was a corner out there. I think it was his name was Hannon or something like that. Yeah, he got beat, but he got what his name's Hill or something like that. Yeah, he got two. He knocked the ball out twice. He calls two fumbles. Yeah, he calls two fumbles. Calls two fumbles, and then you had Kelly Ringo, who he normally trash, but he a great special teams player. He got an interception in the second half. Then you got then you got Jahai Campbell, the 1st round pick from last year. He played all right because him and Jeremiah Trotter they battling it out for that second linebacker spot. I don't know if they gonna probably re-sign Zach Bond. That they probably want to get Jeremiah Trotter a shot. They gotta make room to sign other players like Cooper DeJean and Quentin Mitchell. Cause they got Jalen Carter signed. They got Davis signed. Jordan Davis signed. So one, two other players left to sign is Carter, is Cooper DeJean, Mitchell, and you might sign that corner they just picked up, sign him and pick him up because he that corner they got from Seattle. Yeah, they might sign him to like a, a 3-year extension as he played well this year. But and then you got to resign Jalen Hurts. And I don't know what's up with all the Jalen Hurts hate. Like the man proving that he's a good quarterback. I don't understand this. And I don't care about what guys like Dan Sileo says. He talking about he said people look for the stats, they don't look for winning. I said for you that should be the criteria a Hall of Fame is stats, combination of stats and winning. You can't be a loser. You shouldn't be a loser being in the Hall of Fame. Yeah, that's the dumbest. Yes, you had a high completion percentage where you never trailed. Yeah, that's a similar like with Jalen Hurts done. That's a similar winning. Like you should be a Hall of Fame player. You were a 3-time Pro Bowl. You making that? Yeah, he's making it like that guy is a bum. He's not no bum. You can't be a bum and be a 3-time Pro Bowl. You're a 3-time Pro Bowler in 6 years. That's not a bum. You can't be a bum. Yeah, and be on that type of stuff. That's not bum. Yeah, you're not a bum. Yeah, you're not a bum. Yeah, you're not a bum. Yeah, if you a three, like I said, you a 3-time Pro Bowl. But they get back on the preseason. It was crazy sloppy. Even though I would like to see them do a series, but I know Sirianni don't usually do that on the offensive side. And two, if something's been working, you don't try to fix it. Cause yeah, because that's safe form. Either it's a totally different offense. But Jalen Hurts, during this training camp, he looked really sharp. Only interception she really had was Hollywood Brown, and Hollywood Brown, I don't think he gonna make the roster. And he should cut. I didn't like him as a pickup anyway. I thought he was too inconsistent. You know, people kept saying Hollywood Brown, he was on the Kansas City Chiefs when they went to the Super Bowl against us. Yeah, but I wasn't that impressed by him. He got speed, but I wasn't that impressed about him because he running the wrong routes. Because he running the wrong routes, and and that's what caused a lot of Jalen Hurts interceptions. Doesn't even make sense. He running, he going, he going, he going this way, not curving out, and then he curving out his routes too much, and it just it was dumb. He doing that. I was like, dude, you acting like you don't know how to run a correct route. Yeah, it looks crazy. Yeah, it looks really crazy. But you got people saying Jalen Hurts is a bomb. Yeah, oh, he this, he that. But dude, you can't win. You can't be a Super Bowl MVP and be trash. You can't be a bad passer and be a Super Bowl MVP or a 3-time Pro Bowl. That makes no sense. Now, am I saying Jalen Hurts is the most prolific passer I ever seen in my life? No, but he's good at passing. I don't want to say he's great, but he's good. He's good. Yeah, he's good. But people got always something else to say. But people got always something else to say about this, but it is goofy. Yeah, it's goofy as hell. But but Eagles, they still got time to get things together. They still got Devontae and Mekhi Leonard, Devontae Smith and Mekhi Leonard, resting until the season starts. They might play the last preseason game, but you never know. Which I highly doubt it. But you know, Mekhi Leonard needs some burn. Yeah, he needs some time out there. Especially you're a rookie, you need some time out there. He definitely needs some time out there. He definitely needs some time out there. Yeah, but Eagles. Yeah, but Eagles. Eagles just got just a lot. Not this. that's going on right now. They gotta get ready for the opening game against the Commanders. And we all know the Commanders are trash. And Jaden Daniels, he gotta prove that he can stay healthy. He had one good season. He's like a yeah, he like a he like a he like a Jim Jones. He had a Jim Jones moment where he had one hot year and then he died down. He had a balling moment. But but we doing these preseason games to prepare for opening day. But yeah, the Eagles they got to do better in the next preseason game to tune up for the opening season against the Commanders. Get the next game is gonna be against the Patriots, and they're gonna have a joint practice. So that's gonna be good. And we're not gonna see you really start. We might see one or two. We might see maybe Makai Leonard, since he's a rookie. And they say Darius Cooper might play. Yeah, he might play. But outside of that, outside of that, the Eagles look like they 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 should be poised. Cause I only think they're keeping six wide receivers. I don't see them keeping more than that. And they have heavy competition in the secondary, but I don't think they got enough depth. And like at the safety position, safety and corner. Cooper DeJean supposed to be like the backup. He's supposed to be the starter in base. You know they don't play a lot of base at safety because he's actually more of a safety than he is an outside corner. He's a nickel. He's a nickel more of a nickel safety. He could play some corner outside corner, but I ain't think he had the speed to play starting corner. But we just gotta see how the next game turns out. But this is Crown Prince of commentating. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Peace.